But we had a Young Persons Network event
Okay.
at this house, and I was like one of the younger ones there hosting. Mm-hmm. And we had like security and red velvet like blocking off places we didn't want people.
Oh boy.
I think it was like less than 10 minutes into this event, someone clogged the primary bathroom's toilet.
How'd they even get in there, isn't it?
They climbed the velvet rope.
And it wasn't just like a normal clog.
Oh no.
It was like needed attention.
Because it
Kinda
was starting to.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Behind the Lockbox. I'm Stephanie Zalowski here with
Cameron Barbier.
who's a little under the weather, but thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
You sound
Anything
very,
for you.
You sound very sexy.
Thanks.
Today, I'm very excited for this guest. We've been coordinating this for a little while, and I think Dylan said he bullied you into this today.
He was a big motivator.
He did.
Yeah.
He basically told you don't need to eat lunch, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this. I should probably tell you guys who's here. I just get so excited sometimes. Daniel Albrecht.
Yay.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So Daniel is an agent with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties.
Boom.
There
I
it
got
is.
that down. There's been
Nailed
enough of
it.
you that have come on. I've got it down now.
Have to say the whole thing.
You do. And he is with the Corrigan Cohen Group. Daniel is not only a San Diego native, but he's a La Jolla native.
Whoop, whoop.
Like you.
Us.
He's been in the business for 9 years. And as I said, we've been plotting to have him on the podcast for quite a while now. And I basically, our friend group and our thread kind of forced you.
Yeah. I'm glad
And-
we could do this on a not Wednesday.
A not
Right.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Thank
sorry.
her.
Thank
Thank
you.
her.
No.
It's her fault. It's
my
her
fault.
fault.
It
Yeah.
is my fault.
Yeah.
It
So then I
worked.
get to
Matt's
see you
fault.
tomorrow at Caravan as well.
I
and
thought
then
we could blame Matt.
Actually,
for sure.
we can always blame Matt.
Not Tovey,
I'm
Barbier.
Oh.
No,
Her
both.
husband.
We can blame both
We
of
can
them.
for sure blame both.
Well,
You know what?
Can we just say
Speaking,
Tovey because it's like same name?
Yeah.
yes.
no,
And speaking of Matt Tovey, he says he watches this, so I'm looking at you, Matt. Before we get started, we need to clear something up.
Listening.
You're going to speak for your mom today.
Okay.
oh boy.
Who's your favorite, me or Matt Tovey?
Her favorite. Well, me.
You don't count.
I think you
and
asked Dylan that
don't
same
count.
question,
I did.
actually.
And Dylan I was like, you and Daniel don't count. Because he's like, well, I think it's me. And I was like, wouldn't it be her son? And he's like, oh yeah. But then after her son, so between me and Matt,
It's obviously you.
obviously.
What?
This is the saga that doesn't end, I tell you
The
what.
world may never know.
The world, well, the world will know. You know, though, when I have your mom come on, though, she's
we could
gonna be
host.
like, "I
Just
can't
first
answer
question
that."
out the box.
It won't even be an intro. I'll start the episode and I'll be like, who's your favorite?
Right there.
And I'm just going to stare at her until
Dead
she answers
silence.
that it's obviously me. Yeah. And she's like, can I leave?
She's
Yeah.
like, this is over.
Guys, I have a listing appointment. I've got to get going.
you know what?
Oh, where?
Somebody-
Somewhere else. I don't know.
Somebody just called. I got to go. I can't be here. Patty, we love you. And we all know I'm your favorite.
It's true.
It's not Matt.
No.
No.
Clearly.
Clear. Come on.
Why would it be Matt?
Obviously.
Come on. Anyway. Well, welcome to Behind the Lockbox.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Did you eat lunch?
I did.
Okay, good.
Had an acai bowl today.
Oh,
I don't like
delicious.
that stuff. I don't like them.
What? You're from La Jolla?
I like pitaya.
Okay. Well, it's
Dragon
still
fruit.
a
Dragon
For
fruit.
anyone who doesn't.
Yeah,
colorful.
the purple stuff. It just
You know,
too,
it's
like,
more acidic. I do
yeah.
like dragon fruit
I just
better.
look at pitaya and I want it to be more exciting in regards to flavor. It's just so bright. It's too bright to not be like sour.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love sour.
Like
This is-
visually, it just
This is a
bothers
fruit
me.
smoothie podcast for anyone who's now tuning in.
Yeah. We could dive into my personal vendetta against dragon fruit.
Against dragon fruit. Okay, so tomorrow we're not going to have dragon fruit then after Reba. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
It's acai only.
Only.
Speaking of my mom, by the way, who I love you, Mom. She often can't pronounce things. Didn't I tell you this
Acai?
once before? She's like, sends me in a text the word acai, but
Yeah.
it's ACIA or whatever. She's like, how do you pronounce this?
Oh,
It was really cute.
Lori.
And I was like, Acacia, just kidding.
You should have held it.
Yeah.
I should have. I don't know. Tell me how you think,
think
Mom.
that's a
She's like, I
mom
don't want to
thing.
say. I don't want to say.
I think it's a mom thing that
It
they
is a mom
can't.
thing. Yeah.
Because
Anyway.
my mom can't for the love. But and I'm starting to do it. And I'm like, oh no.
At least it's only
Darcy.
like things like that.
True.
My
Or
mom's,
worse.
What?
my mom's from Mexico City. And
Which,
so-
by the way, I found this out also when she won
Oh,
the
yeah.
award.
Yeah.
And like I was like, wait, what? And then you just said that your dad was actually a director in Hollywood, only because Max has a new clapperboard now. I'll
Yes.
post that on the Instagram. That's so cool. You guys have quite the
Our family tree is like wild.
Insane. That's
Yeah.
so cool though.
First generation American La Jolla.
Wow.
All the thing.
All of
Literally, again, like a unicorn.
We
Truly.
have shirts and stuff. We could, yeah.
You should have shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe hats.
We have hats.
Oh.
Yeah.
This says first generation.
Just says we're better than you.
I need that.
Patty Cohen.
Yeah.
It's a quote. Patty Cohen. That's all it says.
That's it.
Stephanie's my favorite. It
There
says it
it
on the
is.
back. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, that hat needs to. Ooh. Maybe I should make
Merch
her a
time.
shirt. We also need some merch. But anyway, I digress. Okay. Where should we start?
Oh,
Because
boy. We could start at the beginning.
Okay.
My first story.
Okay.
ooh, I love. Okay, hit us with it. Go.
I was 22 and walked into
2022.
Yeah.
Feels like 10 years ago.
Oh wait, or
Only two.
you were 22.
I was 22.
Oh, you were
Yeah,
22.
he was
Yeah.
22.
Not in 2022.
No.
Dang. Okay, we're taking it back. Okay,
This
so
was
the day you
finally
were
when
born.
I pretty much. It's like right when I started in the business formally, professionally.
Yep.
More than putting my toes in.
Yep.
I was at a listing we had on Whale Watch.
Okay.
15-16 million dollar home at 22. It was cool, and like people would come up, oh, how'd you do it? You're so young. Years of hard work and labor. I was born into it.
Yeah. Truly, you were though.
Nepotism, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a nepo baby.
It helps.
Yeah, it does help. It does help.
Got to keep the door open. But
Yep.
I definitely had a bit of a push, but we had a young person's network event
Okay.
Okay.
at this house, and I was like one of the younger ones there hosting. Mm-hmm. And we had like security and red velvet like blocking off places we didn't want people,
Oh boy.
like the primary bedroom or anywhere.
And
that's
these are the
not-
network events that like we still have today.
Yeah,
Like the
SDAR
YPN events.
YPN
Yes.
events.
Okay.
Sure, we'll host you guys.
Yeah.
We like trust.
We did that
you're
at Christabel.
capable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it was like less than 10 minutes into this event, someone clogged the primary bathroom's toilet.
How'd they even get in there, isn't it?
They climbed the velvet rope. They were like, "Ooh, something's amiss. I gotta
clogged
go."
it?
Instantly. And it wasn't just like a normal clog.
Oh no.
It was like needed attention.
Because it
Kinda
was
thing.
starting to.
Yeah. And it's like this house,
Did they come okay. How did you find out? There
Well,
wasn't like
it was like the
poop
front
water
door-
running out, was there? Or
front
like
door, you just heard the toilet like going for a while and having some trouble.
and you're like, no one was supposed to be back there.
No,
What's
and
going
the
on?
dude was in there still trying to figure it out.
Oh no.
So I caught it pretty quickly. But yeah, that was neato. I was like, dude, what are you thinking? I wish I could remember his name.
I wish you could too, because
Just to look him in the face again. Like, do it to one of
Have
his
you ever
listings.
And was it owner occupied?
No.
Like, okay.
Thank God.
Okay.
well that's good.
Yeah, it's not
But
like they
still,
can't
it's like got the staging furniture in it, and it's like, you're trying to keep still the house clean and pristine for showings. Did
And
he
he just
did
blew
he
up the
did he run
toilet.
away?
Dude,
Did he
wrecked it.
apologize? Like,
I'm so sorry. Can I still come to the party?
Oh my god.
so the party had like just started basically.
10 minutes in.
I wouldn't even want to stay at the party if that was me.
I would have laughed.
Yeah, I've been like
Out
bye.
the window. See you later.
I don't even think you would have caught me in the bathroom. I would have been ding out the window and gone. Like,
yeah.
oh my god. I mean,
Oh, that's probably why I used the main one, because he was like, no
There was
one
like
will catch me.
4 others
I was gonna
for him to
say
choose from.
a house on Whale Watch. For anyone who doesn't know, that's like up in the hills of here in La Jolla Shores, and it's the houses there. There's no small peanuts right there, right? Like the houses are big.
Yeah.
So
I
like
said
their
penis.
first.
I mean, that too, probably.
Well, maybe the person that bought it had a big one. I don't really know. Are you on medication today?
It's kicking in.
Delicious.
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he had a big penis, but the houses are no small peanuts. And yeah, there's got to be more than one bathroom.
Bunch of them.
Potentially even more than one powder room.
I know, but he was probably like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta find the sneakiest one.
But he had to like find it. Like you walk in, you go down the stairs, and there's one right there. Or you could go down a dark hallway, open a couple doors.
Find them
Try to
primary
find it.
bedroom. Then they're like, oh, this looks good.
Had
Like
a nice view. I got to give it to him. He picked a good one.
it was relaxing until it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be telling that story like, oh, have you ever done it? I did it.
Oh my God. What if he like randomly somehow comes on the podcast and he's like, so there's this house. It's like some guy we didn't
You
even
have
like
to
the dots are.
connect us.
Oh my God. I
Oh
would be
my
like,
God.
hold on. We got to call. I would
Like one of those
I would
daytime
stop
TV
and call
shows.
you.
Like, we have him behind the wall.
He's coming out.
You are not the father.
Oh my God. That's so embarrassing. Like I would die. I would
know.
die. I think I would just
run.
He's probably great at door knocking, like that kind of mentality,
just
right? Because I'm horrible.
Doesn't give a shit.
No,
Literally.
gives too much.
Maybe.
Yeah, just really involved.
Oh my God. But you didn't, I mean, this was so long ago. Obviously you were newer. So had it been now, you might recognize him or
I'm
know
sure.
who it was.
Yeah,
But
I was still dealing with,
Yeah, but those things aren't just agents, are it? YPN events? Isn't it just like professionals?
oh, that's
So
a
he
good
could
I
be
think
point.
the
like
SDAR one is agents.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Matt,
okay.
that's a great question.
That is a
feel like
great
it was,
question.
I should know that.
Anybody know? Matt Tovey? I don't know. I feel like maybe
Because remember when we had ours, I was like, who are these people?
well, it definitely draws a crowd,
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
especially at a listing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, come enjoy the view of this house that, I mean, I can't even afford the
Take the
property
best shit
taxes
ever.
on something like that.
No, it's like-
Literally, take the best shit ever.
yeah. That's the slogan
That should have been part of the marketing.
for the YPN events.
Yeah.
Here, we got
Surprising
you
amount of
marketing if
toilet
you need
stories
it.
Thinking about it.
You what?
Well, like,
There's more.
there's like other ones that we don't have to dive into, but I remember I was being showed a new shown.
Shown.
Weak in English. And
He might be
wasn't-
from La Jolla, but we don't really know. We don't know.
That's it. That's it. It's on the surf team.
Yeah. So was our brother.
Where was he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Muirlands or La Jolla?
I think
Oh no,
close.
college, right? Or
And
no, in high
college.
school too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Lobo?
Yeah.
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 Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Do you know
guys are
Mattson?
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, small town. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Does
Biggest
Seeger want to
town.
sponsor this podcast?
It should. They have their own podcast. but
Do it.
I saw that. Yeah. What? Can you do it? Okay.
But like,
We're not gonna get
not
figured
one of the
today.
stories I
Yeah.
was like planning on sharing, but I was in like a new construction in the Muirlands,
Okay.
and they only had a toilet in it, like framing and toilet.
For the guys, but they were like,
They needed to know where it was going to be.
okay, but they
It
had
had
to.
the best view in the house.
Was it the master bedroom toilet?
Yeah, but like, I mean, I would have put a bed or a
Something else
chair,
there.
a different chair.
Do they have a window?
I hope so. I never like went.
It was
back to
just
see
it was just framing at the moment,
Yeah.
so it was just like a straight on.
Maybe they
like,
were just
view.
daydreaming.
Maybe they were like, "This works. We'll put this here. This is fine."
I've never built.
Interesting. Was it still in sticks or was
Yeah.
it okay?
It had,
but
like,
the
the
toilet
floor.
was there.
So just like sitting there,
All right.
no plumbing, no nothing.
Oh my God, did somebody use it?
I hope not.
Oh, I thought that's where you were going. I'm like, oh my
no,
God.
that's why I wasn't gonna.
Well, so when I was selling Dolphin on the waterfront, we had
Be a great name for a show. Selling Dolphin.
selling Dolphin.
Hey.
I mean, does your dad still produce things? Do we need to like get him involved here?
We could,
Okay,
I'll
we
have
can
my
talk
people
offline.
talk to
Okay,
him
great.
separately.
Okay, great. So this is my talent agent over here, Max. So, just talk to him and like, yeah, exactly.
make it work.
Yeah, make it work. No, when we actually had homeless people break into it, unfortunately, right after we had just installed brand new white carpet.
Rip.
And they had Taco Bell, which I was like, I get it. My favorite, your favorite.
Yep.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
Yes.
Like, give me some now. But they had also smoked and I don't know what else happened. And there was like black stuff all over the carpet. It was a disaster. So we had to have people come in, rip out that carpet, redo some stuff. And I went there for a showing one day and I was walking through just making sure like turning on lights, making sure everything's good. And I noticed that the toilet in the hall bath that serviced like 2 bedrooms on the back side, like both seats were up and I could kind of see stuff. And I was like, oh no. And I walk over. Yeah. You
You don't
imagine.
forget that kind of
No,
stuff.
you don't. And it had been there so I actually was like, wait, did the homeless people use this or was it one of the, like, I don't know, but like there wasn't, I went to go flush and
asking the
nothing's
important
happening.
questions
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Nothing's happening. And I'm like, oh my God. So I just have to like close the lid. Does anyone ever open a toilet seat lid when you're doing a showing? Have you ever seen anyone do that?
I always close them, but I've seen a couple people do it.
Well, guess what?
They would pick that one.
Of course they did. Yes. And I was like, we're getting that taken care of. Like,
Did they
I'm
buy
so
that
sad.
house?
I don't think it was them. I don't remember who.
That'd have been
I had it
hilarious.
was like
That has to be a
just-
the height of
disclosure at that
2020.
point.
I know. Shit in the toilet, no water, can't figure it out. Like, I don't know what to do. But I was like, they're like, oh, it's okay. I was like, we've had workers here. Like, I'm really sorry. They're like, it's okay. I'm like, oh my God. Like, who? Oh, like, I never to this
They were probably
day-
like, oh, it was probably her.
I know. That's what I was worried about. I was like, well, Why? Why are you opening it? I'm the only one here. I was like, oh
Spotless
my God.
everywhere else?
Yeah.
I bet not.
Yes. And they're like, and then they look at me. I'm like, okay, let's just move on. Like,
Should
just
have
move on.
like leaned into it. Just having a really shitty day, guys. Like,
I really
please.
should have, but I was like way too mortified and just, I don't even know.
It has doors. It has windows. Do you want to see anything else?
It was
Please
awful.
leave.
It was awful. Please leave. It was awful. Anyway, all right. Well, those are some
they
shitty
probably
stories.
have a
There it
podcast and talking about you right now.
Probably. They were like, remember that girl that tried to blame it on the worker?
Yeah.
Zooms in right there.
Listen, guys, shit happens.
Yep. That's life staring
It's
at you.
life staring at you. Like, oh my God. I know. But I swear it wasn't. And actually, the painter that was there, he ended up coming in a little bit later. And I was like, bro. And he's like, it wasn't me. And I was like, well, these clients just thought it was me. So can you please figure this out? He's like,
It's you now.
I'll go turn the
Yeah,
water back
that
on.
too.
And I was just like, oh my God. Anyway, yeah. So
Nice.
wasn't me, but it happened.
Could have been. What?
Why'd you roll your eyes like that?
You're being a little defensive for it not being you.
I swear to God, it wasn't.
I don't know.
I swear it wasn't. I swear. I swear.
Might have to tell Patty.
Okay, we need to move on. Do not tell Patty. Don't watch this. I'm going to cut all this out so that she doesn't hear any of this. I have to remain her favorite.
There it is.
It is. Anyway. Okay. You were telling me, I don't know how we transition this. Another story. Did you want to talk about?
We could.
Yeah.
One.
Okay. We have.
Oftentimes in the business, clients will find their ways to different agents
Yes.
throughout time.
Yes. Or ghost them on a beach like Dylan, but
Or like Dylan, yeah.
either one. Yes.
Or ghost them in an open house. You know, just a lot of ghosting happens.
It really does. Between that and dating, it's rough out there.
Dude, for real. So I met this client through a different agent. Effectively, he came to show one of our listings at the time.
Okay.
I feel like I didn't connect well with her in that situation. Apparently,
So
I
you're
was
like,
wrong.
okay.
She's obsessed with you and you didn't know.
I don't know. It just happens. Yeah. But we get this
see it.
call like a couple months later, and she's like, "Yeah, you know, it just didn't work out with that other agent. I want to continue looking." Like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
And we're starting to see properties, and we're showing the properties, and the agents that we're showing it to, when we describe who this person is and like what she's looking for, like, is it this person?
Oh.
I'm like, yeah.
Oh boy.
It's like, I don't know if we should show it.
Oh,
And I've never had that
wow.
happen before.
Oh wow.
I've never had that happen.
Sorry, wait. So you're looking at listings and calling the agent and you're giving a description of the buyer and they
Painting a
already
picture. Knew exactly
who
who,
it
she
was.
was. Yeah.
And sometimes agents will be like, tell me a little bit about your client. And then
Right.
you
Yeah.
start to describe like, oh, she runs a tech company. She's moving down here from LA. It's like the same kind of song and dance. And that's probably how they like put the dots together,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, right?
And like
so,
her proof of funds, solid. Like
okay.
she's doing well.
Okay.
And she had health issues, and we're like, okay, you know, like
Sure.
it happens.
Of course.
So we want to help best we can.
How many agents said, I don't think you should show?
I had like 3 separate agents who,
Wow, that's a lot.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
like I don't think it's gonna work for her. I know what they're looking for. And it's like, well, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Come, just let me in anyway,
Yeah, man.
please. Yeah.
But like if there was any water issues ever since the dawn of time, did he talk about
Yes.
this?
Yes.
If it was repainted, if it was like particle board, if it wasn't particle board, if it like the sun rose
It's all
2
coming back to
degrees
me.
off of the axis.
Yeah.
I actually, I remembered, but I
Remember he
forgot
talked
that
about
this is
gas stoves.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
she loved the house that he showed her
Okay.
when we had the listing.
Okay.
It's like, okay, this is gonna work. Great. Yay us, right? Listing side, buying side, we're all
Finally.
getting along.
Right.
That agent, car guy, I'm a car guy. Like
I actually was going to ask if you guys have ever connected on that.
that actually was ironically what really started the conversation. I'm
Oh,
like,
cool.
hey, I like your wheels.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, thanks. You know, this and that. And we started talking.
Well, he told me I can't drive his race car. Can I drive yours?
Sure.
Okay, great. We're off
know
to
how
a
to
better
drive
start
stick?
anyway. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've crashed into enough walls. It's fine.
Been a little while, but like we'll be fine. Anyway, continue. Hey.
She loved the house, saw it 5-6 times, like spent hours in this place.
And is this your listing?
It was.
Okay, so you've now like kind of shown her other things.
This listing we had,
Okay.
we brought a buyer in separately.
Okay.
Buyer wrote an offer. Seller said no.
Okay.
Buyer said, we don't trust you anymore because you couldn't get it. Seller pretty much said the same thing a couple like months later. Went a different direction.
Okay.
New selling agent, new buying agent.
Okay.
Same seller, same buyer. Ended up doing it at the same price.
No way.
Of course.
Sick.
That's usually how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I digress.
Yes.
She loved it until she got the disclosures. And it's like someone smoked in it one time in 2007,
They put that in there?
I guess. It's like
That someone smoked in
Yeah.
there
in the garage.
one time?
Well, we've heard about this client, and I can tell you that probably just sent her for a tizzy.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do it. My lungs are on fire. And it's like, you spent 10 hours in this house and have never brought it up.
Yeah, she was there multiple times seeing it.
And now they have the information. Now you feel it?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Wow.
Then what?
Well, we said, okay, like on to the next one. And we didn't hear from her after that until she contacted us directly. And that was that. But effectively, like I showed her a couple different properties, similar situations, North County, La Jolla, trying to like avoid water on the West Coast.
Good luck.
Found the perfect house for her. She
And
was, like,
mold.
running around. It's like, I love it. This is perfect. Let's do it.
Was it back here in La Jolla or no?
It was in Carmel Valley.
Interesting.
It was in Carmel Valley. and
Okay.
She said,
It's a little further from the coast.
if the paint is not new, ask if the paint is new.
Okay.
If it's not new, I'll buy it.
If it's not new.
Yeah. Like,
Because she doesn't want the fumes
Right.
and like everything.
right.
You're like, well, it has lead in it from
The
1971.
paint
Is
was
that
like
okay?
2 years old.
Okay.
So like new, but not.
So it has degassed?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Okay.
okay.
So that's
Okay.
good, right?
Okay.
And I called her. I'm like, let's write it up. It's perfect. And she's like, oh, what are you talking about? I stood outside the whole time because I couldn't stand being in the house.
What? Were you like, am I in the Twilight Zone right now?
I went off. Oh my God. And like, we all have our moments.
We have our breaking points, as I like
Not
to call
my-
them.
not
It's
my
not our
proudest
finest moment. Yeah. It happens.
Dude, I was pissed. I was pissed.
Did you drop her after that?
She fired us.
Rude.
Didn't even like
So
formally
she's
did,
still
just
looking.
stop replying.
I really hope that someone comes on in the next couple of months. Is like, so I have this client and I've been looking with her for 6 months. Maybe it was the same woman that also ghosted Dylan. No.
Maybe. It might have been
How, like, age range? I forget. She's kind of older, isn't she?
60 to 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if she ever found anything.
I hope so, man. Because she was living
I
in a
doubt
hotel
it.
at the time.
Oh. And she's that picky?
And in a rental car.
Remember? That's what he said. I was like, what hotel? And he picked her up from like a Holiday Inn Express or something. Like it wasn't like she was
Old
staying...
hotel next to
Yeah.
high voltage lines
Yeah.
above a freeway in a rental car that had like smoke smell in it.
It's not
But
like
it wasn't that fault. It was the listings, obviously.
Obviously. Behind the Lockbox is sponsored by Property Showcase Group. Property Showcase Group has a team of creatives, directors, producers, editors, marketing specialists, and designers that work in tandem to tell and share stories of the built environment. Whether you're looking for full-service production or simply just need content creation, Property Showcase Group can help take your business to the next level. To learn more or to contact Property Showcase Group to schedule a consultation, you can find them at propertyshowcasegroup.com. That's spelled PROPERTYSHOWCASEGROUP.com. PropertyShowcaseGroup.com. Dude, again, I've said this so many times, and we started talking about this right before you, I think even before we started recording or whatever, but like, people don't know what we actually go through.
Yeah.
They really don't. And
No.
like some of it is so fun and glorious and hilarious and funny. And then some of it is a little scary. And some of it is this, where you're just like, you have literally wasted
So much.
so much of my time for nothing. And like, it's one thing, sometimes it takes a long time. We are happy to do that. But again, I don't think people totally always understand. I'm hoping they do now, but like we work for free until we get
Yeah.
paid.
Until
Right.
we,
You know,
sell
until we
something.
find it, until we sell something. And like when it comes to being on the listing side, like we've had many listings on our team where we have done hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of marketing and it doesn't sell.
Nothing.
We're out that money.
You shake the hands of the
Yep.
person, say thanks for the opportunity, and
And you
Yep,
keep
and you
moving because they could call again later. So you
never
want to
know.
keep that relationship alive. But like it's the cost of doing business. And it is sometimes a huge time suck. And it can be very, very frustrating, especially when like I've had a listing, thank God I sold it, but we were like the fourth agent. I did sell it during COVID. I mean, it took almost all my sanity and months to get done. Shout out to Sean Roger, because without her, it would not have gotten done. But like, the seller was unbelievably abusive. And like, it literally hurt. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it literally hurt my stomach every time the phone would ring. And I just kept telling the commission was not even worth a third of what I should have been paid.
Sure.
For how much time and money and energy we spent and like helping them to redo stuff. And like, there were issues between them that was happening. So then I was trying to navigate that. And like, you know, she would call and scream and say really nasty things. And it took everything I had not to fire that person. Today, where I stand now, I don't think I'd put up with that. I think I would, unless it was like maybe a $20 million listing. Maybe then. Maybe.
If they're abusive, I'll take the referral fee.
There we go. Exactly. So, you know what I mean? But like, we've got to really kind of set some boundaries sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's not only just for us, but like, we're professionals and this business is not, I think that we get a little bit of a beat down a lot. And like, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, like, I don't really know sometimes where people get off talking to us the way that they do, but I wouldn't talk to people like that. You know what I mean? So it's challenging and it also is hard. And I'm glad that like we have the camaraderie and friendships that we do, because it will happen where like I could lose a client to you or vice versa, or a listing. And then we can be like, okay, look, here is the down low, you know? I mean,
here are the spark notes.
Yeah, exactly.
Best of
like,
luck, man.
And it happens all the time. I mean, that one particular listing, again, we were the 4th listing agent. And so it was
4. Usually it's 3.
Yeah, I know.
Usually
that's
it's
how
3.
bad it was that we were number 4. And I'll never forget, one of the other listing agents called me and was like, I just want to warn you, this is what she said to one of the girls on my team. And I was like, what? And she's like, she literally walked in and was like, looks her up and down. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
And she's like, you look like shit and you stink.
No.
Swear to God. And she's like, I don't know what perfume that is, but you need to leave. I can't breathe. You need to leave. And like kicks her out of the house. What? Won't let her do the showing. Like, who talks to someone like that?
That's horrible.
She never said anything like that to me, but she said other horrible things once we were already in escrow and super, you know, deep in, where I was like, I just got to close. And then it becomes like,
you
then
gotta see the finish.
Oh yeah. Then it becomes a game where you're like,
gotta do it.
Hell no. I'm closing this bitch and I'm going to be the one. And I've blocked them and deleted them. I mean, they have no way to reach out to me. I mean,
that's perfect.
You know, because it's like, you can't, you got to cut those ties. Like, you can't do that.
I was hired by this person one time, an agent, not on my team.
Okay.
To show I wasn't going to bring this up, but you reminded me.
Yes, go for it. This is what happens.
She was told by the sellers that they want a more attractive person showing the house.
It's unbelievable.
And so she called me, which like
obviously.
Right.
Obviously. Hello.
But like the way they told her that they wanted someone better looking.
Wait. So like she was the listing agent.
Yes.
And it would be like if I was a listing agent and the seller said to me, I need someone more attractive showing. Can you have someone else come in? Basically telling her she's not good looking enough to show their house.
No, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And like every time it's like, can you not be here? We don't want you to be seen with the property.
Why didn't they just fire her then or him?
They ended up doing that. But like she tried her damnedest to sell this place. Good on her.
That breaks my heart.
That's so
It brought us a lot closer.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, because
like, are you sure you want, like, I don't want to like step in.
Well, of course. But she was like, just please help me. Like, I'm sure she was like, you know,
no, they
I'll
were
cut you in
interviewing
or whatever.
people like during my showings. And he would like write me a
Savage.
script. He'd write me a script like, pretend you're in a play and you're sitting in matinee, but you want to be in a different seat and this is your house. Like, I don't think that's gonna sell it, man.
What? I wonder what else they like come up with. That's weird.
Oh my God. Okay, I got to know later what listing that was.
Sure.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me about that offline. That's, I mean, again, but we've had stuff like that where, or you know, they're like, let's raise it $5 million and I'm gonna paint this wall lime green, and you're like,
sick.
Yeah, great.
Sounds like a great plan. Let's do it.
Yeah,
it's been on the market for a year, but let's do it. Yeah, it happens. It happens. And again, let me just say, we love our clients, and like these are just some of the horror stories that happen, but this is what happens. Like it does happen, and no agent, no person should take that kind of abuse.
Agreed.
But we're in a funky.
There's a lot of emotion that happens
Yes.
in this. I mean, it's their biggest asset.
Well, there's no HR.
Yeah.
Like we are self-employed. We are entrepreneurs. Like there is even within teams, like it's not a traditional corporate setting. And, you know, we are partnering with them on the deal to get their home sold for the highest price. Like we want to do right by them. but sometimes the dynamics are not always there and it doesn't always meld or whatever. But like those kinds of things should never be. That shouldn't, anyway. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things that like people just, they don't know. They don't know what we go through, and it can be really brutal.
Some of my mom's lifetime friends and some of my current friends, like I met through real estate transactions.
Yes,
like
same.
Men,
I was just going to say, to take it on a completely other turn, I just closed a deal on Friday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The nicest
That's nice.
nicest people I've ever met, and it was a referral from another Compass agent in New York. And like they just it's like it breathes life into you,
like,
you know.
This is
and
why
like
I do it.
when we sold Sierra Mar in October, we brought the buyer for that one, and like literally the nicest guy, and he was like, let's just close in 5 days, and I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
what unicorn is this? But like, I'm gonna take it.
You
like,
said
and
5 days?
And I
Okay.
I talk to his wife on social media all the time. I'm going to start taking Pilates with her. Like,
Nice.
those are the things that like give us life. You know what I mean? Like, I love this industry for those reasons. And then all the friends that we've made with each other, and like, there is no other industry that this kind of stuff happens like that. You know?
And then you go on a real estate convention, and
Don't remember much of it other than that.
that needs some filming.
Oh, I don't know. That's scary. That's scary. I don't know about that. I don't know
Get a
about
lot
that.
closer with people.
Oh yeah. Although we just had so Compass did their retreat in November, and we hosted a party, and Max was there. He did film a bunch of stuff for us, but there was no debauchery that happened.
Sure.
Oh,
That was later.
no,
Well,
kind of was.
While we were there?
Yeah, some guy.
Oh my
It was weird.
Oh, I do remember.
Yes.
Some guy who was
I was like, SOS.
He came in a little bit hot,
very hot.
a little tipsy.
nice. A realtor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
From a different,
Yeah. I know, they're usually all sober.
They
and
drink?
Don't do anything.
Not creepy.
not
Yeah,
creepy at all. They're not creepy at all. They don't, not telling you how much money they did while having a
He was talking about
fifth
his
martini.
ex-girlfriend who is currently his wife. I was like, I don't know how that makes sense.
I know what guy you're talking about.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
no, idea where he
It
was
makes
from,
sense
though.
if you were there. Like,
Yeah.
Why would I be there?
I'm like, can we stop talking? But I don't want to be rude because
Yeah.
we're hosting. But
I know.
I have to go get another drink.
I gotta go. My husband's calling me. Like, sorry. That's what I said. I don't have a husband.
You're like
Hey,
holding
babe.
your phone. No one's on it. I gotta go tie my shoe somewhere else.
Hello?
Wearing slip-ons.
Yeah, I literally did it. You have loafers on. How do you? There's laces inside. There's laces inside. It's
I
fine.
gotta go.
It's fine.
You'd understand if you were there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my God. Anyway, okay. Do you have any more stories, or do you want to play a game?
We could. I have so many stories, so let's play a game.
Ooh, because that might incite some stories.
Yeah. And we
Okay.
could always do this again.
All right.
Ooh, yeah.
So Cam's gonna ask you 3 rapid fire questions.
Perfect.
First thing that comes to your mind.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. What's the craziest or pettiest thing that's ever killed or almost killed one of your deals?
A dead brother telling them not to buy it.
Telling them? How does that work?
From Beyond. We
Yeah.
love a
Did
Beyond
he
story.
leave a note?
She would talk with him,
Okay. Yeah.
which like
Oh.
you know,
Oh, we believe in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
I'm here
that's-
for that.
That's cool.
Sure.
But like was adamant that you can't buy the house and you have to fire me.
You? Fire you?
Rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, not a nice little,
No, they tried to
Ghost.
hire my mom right afterwards.
after they fired you?
That's how I knew they fired me.
Did they make the connection?
Yeah. Like I
So they're like-
introduced them like this is my mom Patty. She's been in the industry for like 25 years. I joined her
Sorry.
team.
My deceased brother, you're out.
You.
You.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're in.
My mom walked into my office like, "Are you okay?" Like, "No, I'm not okay." I've spent like 500 hours on these guys. I wrote 60 offers for them.
No. Was this during COVID?
Yeah.
Of course it was. Shit.
Wait, I want to hear more about this, like, brother. What
Yeah. What
else
was
did
he saying?
say?
Did they give you any more details? They didn't
There
like your
was-
glasses or what?
There was a death in the house. Like well before the 3 years, long time ago, and just
Okay.
like wasn't feeling it, and it was like,
But they disclosed it.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have to if it's past that point.
Right.
But okay. Okay.
and she just wouldn't take it. And so we like sat down and had about a 2-hour download about how she's feeling and this and that, and it's like
Therapist.
yeah, and it's like
Which
if,
we sometimes have to be. Which,
if the house isn't for you, we'll move on. There's
Totally.
another house that they had identified.
okay.
Like let's move on that.
Yeah. Let's go see that.
And that was just like it. She's like, no, he says you're too like pushy.
He says.
Like, she was hearing him as you
Yeah.
guys were talking.
Yeah.
In fact, she actually didn't have a brother. That was just her excuse to get rid of you.
Dude.
Oh, what was his
man.
name? Do you know?
I didn't ask.
We like
Yeah,
to,
you're
we
like,
like to refer to ghosts as their names. Ward from last
yeah,
week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Ward's a good name.
yeah.
Right?
Wait till you hear that episode. So Ryan Pedchesky's sister Bree
Yep.
Ariano came on, and her house in Oceanside. Everyone is. It's come out by now, right? Yeah. Okay. Everyone has heard the story, but turns out there was a gentleman who lived in the house, and he was in his car, and the car like rolled into the ravine or something, and
I
he
don't even think
died.
he was in his car. I just
We
think
don't
he
really
rolled
know,
in.
but the workers have stated like for sure he's around because they would see black shadow and they'd be like, "What the?"
We
you know
we
what I
had a
mean?
listing with a ghost disclosure.
Really?
We were just
we were talking
wondering
about how
if there
there's-
is. I mean, obviously you can disclose anything, but like, is there an actual ghost?
No, it was
disclosure?
like seen by many people,
Wow.
workers on the property. And we're like, yeah, she's in the house. She's happy. It's like a long lost love.
And so she's just
roaming.
chilling.
Yeah.
By the way, she comes with that. She conveys.
Yeah. And the buyer,
Her name is Sarah.
had to
She's
come to
cool.
terms with it. And it's like, that's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, it's a friend.
Wow.
But like the workers on the property, someone would come on. It's like, did you guys see that? And like, oh yeah, that's this and that. And it's like,
That's Sarah. She's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, we like to name them. Interesting. Well, I'm sorry that the brother didn't like you, but
Yeah.
Did your mom sell them some or?
she did not take them on.
Oh, okay.
she was like,
She might have and just not told me.
my brother who also
Showed up with
passed
a-
away said I wasn't allowed to take you guys on as a client. So sorry, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. Anyway, okay. What's the next one?
Okay. What's the weirdest thing or situation you've ever walked in on? For anything.
Wow. Like in real estate?
Everybody
Whatever you
asks
want.
this. They're like in real life or in real estate, and I'm like,
In
do
real
I
life.
want to
This is
know?
real life.
Do I want to know about real life? I don't know if I want to know.
I haven't walked in on like too many wild scenarios. There was I was looking at a house off market. Mm-hmm. The place was like condemned. The pool was green with like trees growing out of it. And there was like stuffed toys everywhere in the house, which is kind of creepy.
Yeah,
and
that
there
is
was like a little spire up top, and it had like a homeless camp in it. And I walked up into, it was like a little tiny room, and this guy was just like sleeping in there. And I don't know if he was alive or what, but like I
He
called.
didn't wake up.
I didn't stay to find out.
Daniel's all,
You're like,
hey,
scoot over.
Yeah.
sir.
Like, hey, I'm trying to show the house,
He's
man. Can
pushing him with a stick. He's like, you alive?
just throw something out the window? Like, hey, well, you come back later. We had to like call it in. Like, yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
my goodness.
It was weird.
By the way,
Stuffed
I didn't know
bears.
what a spire was until you just described it, but now I think I got it.
Yeah, same. I was actually going to ask you.
Castle with
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Like a little turret almost.
yeah,
Okay, see, I knew what a turret
minus
was.
the gun.
Do turrets come with guns? Cannons?
It's like what a turret is.
Who knew? Anyway,
But
learn
it's
something
like
new
the
every day.
thing that you like. You know,
My
you got
brother
a
is screaming
castle,
right now at me through the podcast anyway. Yeah.
You got like a castle and it has the like round bits.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
point. That's a
Yeah.
square.
Okay.
Unless I'm wrong, which would be pretty funny. It's happened before.
It's happened to me before many times, but you're probably not. I don't know. Max, are you Googling this? Is he right? Is he
It's
wrong?
like, I'm not listening to you.
Looking at Instagram right now, like, what are they still going?
It's like,
I'm not. Are they
please.
still talking over there?
If you could be anything other than a real estate agent, what would you be and why?
It's a great question. So I grew up in the industry effectively. My aunt's been in it for 40 years now. My mom close to 30. And they would always try to get me in, and I'm like, no,
Yeah,
this sounds horrible.
that's same with me.
Studied mechanical engineering.
And then lo and behold, Lord and behold, as my brother and I say,
There
you
it
both
is.
got in. Yeah. Yeah.
It drags you in, man.
Yeah,
It
it does.
It drags
really
you in.
does.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is fun. And then 8 years go by.
Yeah, and you're
And you're like
that was
gray
not fun.
and wanting to die. Anyway, just kidding.
So I
Wait, you did what?
I studied mechanical engineering.
Wow.
Okay.
Wanted to get into like fluid dynamics, suspension design for like race cars. My grandpa
Smart
on my
cookie.
Wow.
dad's side was a tool and die maker. So like I
Very
was always in
cool.
the machine shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did professional motorsport for the last 10 years.
What did you do?
I raced. I was like a driver and helped do it.
Wow.
Do you know I wanted to be a race car driver?
Really?
I did.
Let's make it happen.
Okay. I get to drive your car
great
since
going.
Daniel Pfefferman won't let me drive his.
We could. His. I don't even know. Like I might
got
be
some
too
sick
tall
cars.
for that.
I was
thing.
just gonna say you're really tall. Does that matter?
We like could design it.
be
It's
lower.
not ideal,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
They like 'em.
I'm also very tall. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he might be too tall for his car.
Yeah. He didn't say that, but I don't know.
It's tiny. I've tried to
It
sit
is
them a couple times
It is tiny. Yeah.
post Taco Bell and just. I like to say it
And
was
then
my
it
height, but
was really all the Taco Bell that I ate, but that's so cool.
So that's what I did for a while.
Would you go back to racing ever, or?
I stopped competing last year.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I miss it. Like, huge part of my life.
What did you drive?
A couple different cars. I did like an endurance wheel-to-wheel racing. So like 12-hour races or 24-hour races in a Honda. So this guy who had a team called me up and wanted me to drive.
Is this like the Baja 500 type of thing?
On like paved road.
Okay. But like similar idea.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with all this.
In terms of like the 24-hour situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
okay.
you're in a car and you try to get there first.
Yeah.
I had a Subaru that I did like time trial racing in. So like fastest lap wins.
Wow.
And then the last 4 years I did something called drifting.
Yes, I know it.
So it's like
Yeah.
sideways and you try to get super close to the wall
Yep.
because it looks
Without hitting
really
it.
cool. Yeah.
I hit it a couple times.
Once or twice. So that's what I've been doing.
Crazy.
And
That's
that was
so
that was
cool.
cool, but like I don't know. Like I don't know if I'd want to jump back into it. There's a lot of ego in it. Which like is part
And
of it.
Dangerous, depending on what
Same
you're
with
doing.
I
real
would
estate.
argue. Yeah. Well, that's like I need to pick one.
You went from one or to the other, so
It's like man. I'd argue it's safer than football.
It's safer than football?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely not as many collisions, you hope.
You're in a car with like metal around you.
Correct. And even though you're wearing a
Been on
helmet,
fire
you're
a
not
couple
getting
times.
contacted. Shut up.
My name was Ricky Bobby in my series in 2016 because my car burnt down. It was
This
my mom's
is what
birthday
the episode
weekend.
shall be called.
Yeah. We had Ricky
Drifting
Bobby.
with Ricky Bobby. That is the title of this episode.
But I think if
That's
I were
crazy.
to like jump into any industry and like could run with it, I'd want to have like a distillery and do something along those lines. I love the flavors of them.
Yeah. My
And-
brother's best friend opened one in Colorado in Denver.
cool.
Yeah, I'll send you it's called Balmer Peak Distillery.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll send you the Instagram and stuff. So
would be
yeah,
awesome.
I might be able to, maybe I'll get you some samples. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Maybe the real
he-
estate's like incentivized me to try a little bit more.
Something else.
Start drinking a little more.
Yeah.
It's
How do I
fine.
make money on this?
By drinking every single
Yeah.
day. That's super cool. I knew that you were into race cars just from like us getting to know each other, your social media and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. We love Formula One. Do you watch Formula One?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. My
Max
brother-
Verstappen fans, they're just like,
I mean,
he's like,
you either love
Lewis
him or you hate it.
Hamilton,
Yeah. You either love him or hate him, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Did you watch Drive to Survive?
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I'm only like 2 seasons in. I need to finish it.
Oh, you're
I
just
want to
getting
get caught up.
hooked then.
I am getting hooked. My brother gave up. He was like, it's too much drama for me. I can't handle it.
Welcome to
I come from a
motorsport.
car family as well. My dad and my brother are very into cars, and we spent a lot of time as kids at like the drag races and the track and like stuff like that. When we were younger, they had like mini drag races, like mini dragsters for kids. I like begged my parents, but I was starting to age out and it was really expensive. We didn't really have the money back then to do that, but it would have been so cool. I know, but I could have been Danica. I mean, it's not too late. You're right. I could still be Danica Patrick.
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah. And there's F1 for women. So
yeah, F1.
the W series. Yeah. Maybe I should try that.
You have the connections.
I mean, we'll see. All right. Well, I'm quitting real estate and going into race car driving.
heard it here
everybody.
first.
You heard it here first. Anyway,
I think that would be my go-to.
That's pretty cool.
If you asked me 10 years ago, oh, race car driver, sick.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
it's not I mean, it's really cool.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. You
It
should
is a
try
lot
it,
of fun.
but like,
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but still, were you doing that for a living?
so I was in real estate at the time. So like,
Okay, so you were doing both.
woke up early, did real estate.
Okay.
And then once I was done with the day,
Okay,
whether it was like 2 p.m. or like 8 or 9 or 10 at night,
you would go practice.
go to the garage, start working on the car,
Yeah.
playing on the simulator,
Yeah,
and then like asleep by 2, 3 in the morning.
that's
and then
pretty cool.
7 days a week. And then I would be
Wow.
gone for like 3 days at a time for events and then come back and have to work at the track. And
Wow, that's really cool though.
A lot.
yeah,
It is a
How
lot.
are you doing? I've been up for 36 hours, but
Yeah, I'm great.
I'm fine. Everything's
what do you
fine.
need right now? Who are you?
You're telling me that the water is
Your dead brother's gonna fire me? Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
just have it
I
happen.
gotta go.
I gotta go to sleep. Oh my god, it's so funny. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This
really
was so
fun.
fun.
This was a
Okay,
blast.
we're having your mom on
Yes,
for sure.
and you back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. I
Perfect.
think you should come back with her that day.
I'm down.
Okay, that'll be fun. We can sit there and then she can tell Matt Toby who her real favorite is.
Okay.
Can we invite Matt to like
To sit in the back.
Yeah.
We'll just have bleachers back here and just like everybody like sit and watch
You just
Patty.
hear
She's
door
gonna be like,
slam and stuff, and you'll be smiling like, I knew it.
I knew it. Matt storms out. So good. Let's do it. Let's do
down.
it. Okay, perfect. All right. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. Behind the Lockbox is produced and edited by Property Showcase Group. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, or review this podcast. Thanks for your support. See you next week.